Hi guys, what's up? What's going on? I hope everybody is doing well today. It is Monday, November the 20th, and oh, and here we all are. Our Cross 35 was first today. Nancy, thank you so much. You guys are too sweet to me. Gifts, yeah. So let's do a little memorandum as we get started today. Um, I know on Credence and Mikey and We Got a Chase and We Got a Case channel, they are having their membership mega marathon, I think it's called. And I think that it is a good idea for all of us to remember how to turn on gifts. So hold on a second. And I may be able, well, I can just show that live regardless. Please make sure that you've turned on your gifts because YouTube Daddy won't won't get the money or won't take it. So it's a bit of a problem if we don't have it. You should know how to do that, Mikey, shouldn't you? Let me see. Definitely. If you guys, I made a little video of it on the PC. Um, in fact, I used your channel as a little bit of a display poster child here, Mickey. Um, one second. So you go to the join, and then there's the ellipses, and then gift settings, and then you turn that on. Did we set? We'll do it again. Um, I guess I did that pretty quickly, to be fair. So if you hit join on the page and then go to gift settings, you go to allow gifts. And that is very helpful. On PC or on a computer, that's how you do it on like the computer on in a browser. It's just that easy. And those little dots are called ellipses, which you learn something new every day, right? I hope we all learn something new every day. That's what makes life go by a little bit slower. Anyways, we're not quite ready for that. Hi, Tin Man. Welcome. We have a few things on the agenda today. Legit, I have an agenda. Um, what I need from you guys, tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. Um, we have two child support cases to be watching. Well, one is a child support friend of the court show cause hearings where people haven't been paying their child support, and then there is one hearing from a different court entirely, which is a modification of a child support agreement, or sorry, a child custody agreement. Uh, and then we have to finish off, I think, something from Thurston, but we'll see. You had Taco Bell on a Monday, but tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. Is that the same in the States as it is in Canada? Um, I like tacos so much though. Like I will munch on tacos any day of the week. Mayor is here. Welcome, Mayor. Thank you for being here. You didn't eat. I don't like to hear that. Um, I I mean, I generally eat like 1 to 1.5 meals a day, so that's like normal for me. Um, so Sheena, have you killed any like sheep lately for your freezer? I remember you were doing that. Nancy, all you had was some eggs, but you know what, Nancy? Eggs are really good for you and like healthy, so I don't think that's a bad idea. Just so you guys know, I write this all down and I review it later and think about what you all had to eat, just so you know. You love eggs. Well, yeah. I mean, I make eggs every day almost if I'm at home cooking. Um, Last night I made a pretty nice dinner that actually turned out really, really good. Was chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy and salad. And then and Yorkshire pudding. So here we go. Who here knows what Yorkshire pudding is? Nancy, I'm Canadian. We already had Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving in Canada actually happened October the 9th this year, which was like a long time ago. In fact, I was in Florida when it was Canadian Thanksgiving, so I sort of missed it. But Jonathan, no, it is not black pudding. Okay, black pudding, I'll write that down too. Black pudding is a blood pudding, and I've had that before as well. But Yorkshire pudding is like delicious. Like I can't believe anybody would have not had it with roast beef. Like you would have roast beef dinner and Yorkshire puddings with gravy, right? Courtney's here. Oh, Nancy, don't worry. I actually decided that's why I made the meal I did yesterday. Um, you've never had Yorkshire puddings? Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, they're delicious. Okay, so how it works is this. You went to Cold Stone Creamery. I've heard about that, Chris. I'm gonna write that down too. Ice cream. Reminds me of when I was pregnant. Anyways, so how it works is this. You buy, the packets in the store of gravy, and I guarantee you have. There's packets of gravy and there's packets of all the things, right? They have something called Yorkshire pudding. What? No, you're spelling it right. Yorkshire. Yeah, I guess. But anyway, so basically you add a cup of water and an egg into it. Maybe it's a cup, maybe it's a third of a cup, I don't know. And then what you do is you heat a muffin pan in the oven with oil in it, in each of the little tins until it's smoking hot. It has to be smoking hot. And what you do is you've mixed up your batter and you leave it to sit while the oil is heating. And then once that's hot, you open the oven, you pour it in really quick, and then you close the oven, and you can't open the oven again until they're done. Because what's going to happen is they're going to puff up and be like sort of big and yummy. And they are cooked all the way through, so it's not like a custard, but it is a little bit eggy. And you would normally have it alongside a roast beef dinner with mashed potatoes and gravy. And you would, like, it's what the kids sort of fight over on anytime we have a Sunday dinner. Like, we call them Yorkies. Yorkies. Like, one little pack, like I can make them from scratch too, but one little package that you buy from the store would make six. Hi, Jessica. Um, One little pack would make six, and so if you're eating with kids, like two or three kids, you're gonna have to make like 12 at least. I constantly overcook, like make too much food for the amount of people that I'm cooking for. I just would always rather there be more than less. I don't know. And those are cheap. Like it's super, that's why it comes from Britain and they're super cheap. Hi, Bev. When I was in Scotland one time on a trip, we had a giant Yorkshire pudding. So it was literally the size of the plate. And it was covered in mashed potatoes and gravy and roast beef, and it was delicious. But the ones I made last night turned out okay. And I served it with chicken and chicken gravy, so it was pretty good. Which humble brag, Mikey, that I was in Europe. I've been to Europe multiple times. Ugh, or what? Um, Yorkies are dogs? No, this is what we would call it in my house. A Yorkshire pudding, a Yorkie. Jody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Jody and Jessica Wahlberg. Oh, we talk about all my jobs and then we talk about all my vacations. We would be here for a while. Anyways, I'm a very lucky, lucky lady. Open mic, welcome. Waves in a seductive way. I don't know if I know how to wave in a seductive way. Florida is your Europe. Actually, Florida's my Europe right now too. Rather be there than in Europe. Um, Jessica, where have I been? I've been right here. Where have you been? That might be the question. Have you subscribed to the channel? That's the other question. Also, or no, who was it? Chris Engleby. Thank you for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't play the new alert, which is really cool and I'm really proud of and happy with. But regardless, like I said, we have 3 different court things to watch today. We're gonna start. What should we start with? Well, why don't you guys tell me what you're doing for Thanksgiving? I'd love to hear about that. Uh, oh, I nailed your last name. I'm pretty good at names, Chris. So I'm glad about that. That impressed Lisa before too. She was like, "You said my last name right." I try. Um, Anyways, like I said, as a reminder, just a quick reminder, please, please turn on your gift settings because there are people in this chat that are really kind and generous and want to give you membership so that your name can be green in the chat too. Um, Beverly had a turkey sandwich and macaroni salad. Oh, macaroni salad is a whole nother thing we could talk about. Teresa, welcome, welcome, welcome. Mayor, oh, let's go to migraine. Oh, that's not good, Jody. Not good at all. Okay. One more time, I'm going to show you guys this, how to turn on your gift settings on a computer, and then we're going to watch some. So as you can see here, using Credence and Mikey as an example with my old account, which is not subscribed, or it's subscribed, but it's not a member. Oh, Courtney, you have to go for New Year for Thanksgiving. Did we all see that? Did we all see how to do that? Okay, last time. Um, I want all of you to learn how to do this and teach people how to do this all throughout the interwebs. Oh, Jessica, that's horrible to hear. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, well, let's watch some court and not think as much about that. I just realized. Oh, so lucky that didn't come up. Uh, we're gonna start with uh the child support or the child custody arrangement thing. That's what we're gonna start with. I've decided now would be great, Judge. Thank you. Teresa! Thank you! Oh my gosh, it should come up. Did it come up and I missed it? Oh, also, I have to put the headphones on. Sorry. Pause that a second. Teresa! It's not, and maybe it's a divorce. It's just a short one, Courtney. I got like 3 short ones today. 3 shorter ones, I would say. Oh, there it is. Look how cool that looks. Thank you, Teresa. Okay, there we go. That was so, I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Teresa. I so appreciate the super chat. Very thankful. Thank you. Let's get playing this.
The 37th Circuit Court is now in session with the Honorable Brian K. Kirkham presiding, calling case 2021-2589 DS, Jessica Blanchard versus Richard Alviar, today, Monday, November 20th, 2023 at 9:34 a.m.
Good morning to all of you. Court will note the appearance of Ms. McNiff on behalf of the plaintiff. This matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion to modify parenting time. Ms. McNiff.
Your Honor, we've given significant reasons and issues that have been occurring with the parenting time between the parties. And in the interest of providing the child with some consistency and stability and safety during parenting time, we are requesting that parenting time occur at Family and Children's Services on a weekly basis. Mr. Alviar be prohibited from using alcohol or marijuana or any illegals prior to or during that parenting time, and that he be required to provide Ms. Blanchard with a working telephone number and his address. There have been so many changes in his residence that she simply doesn't even know where he would take the child if he were to have parenting time. It's getting cold. Having parenting time outside is not going to be as feasible as it has been in the past. And as the court can note from our pleading, there's been problems even with that outdoor and public parenting time. And we're also asking that all communication between the parties be accomplished through our family wizard, which actually might take care of the telephone issue as well, if she has access to that app and Mr. Alviar uses that app, then perhaps if he changes phones, he changes phone numbers, which happens on a regular basis, they would still have the ability to communicate with regard to their child.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Aviar, what's your response?
Honestly, well, Your Honor, I'll be honest with you. I don't care what it takes to get to see my son. And the paperwork I have, it says something about me getting to see him once a week. I don't agree with that. I would like to get to see him more than that. I don't care where I have to go to see him. I don't care if it's supervised, whatever. I do have a good address now that I would be able to keep the child at if I were allowed to. I have a good working number. I don't really care what the stipulations are. I would just like to be able to see my son. I have tried multiple times, and yes, she has given me a couple of chances to see him, but there's been several times that I've tried to see him, and all I get is, I'll let you know, or we're busy, or we have plans.
Well, if that's the case, sir, you always have a right to file a motion to modify parenting time as well, setting forth specific facts as to why the court should do that. So that's up to you. At this point, it's just under their motion. Court does note that, again, the order does provide for the parenting time to occur at all times and places which the parties can agree. So obviously it does give the plaintiff complete control at this time. What the court will order is that the defendant would not consume alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs during parenting time, that he would provide the defendant with a working phone number as well as an address where the child will be at for purposes of parenting time, and that the parties would communicate through our family wizard in this matter, and each party would pay 1/2 the cost of that app and the subscription service. Court will let the parties know that, again, any communication through our family wizard is in fact retained. The court does have access to that. So if the parties are going off during the communication, or if things are said, or if somebody's being mistreated, the court will have, again, access to that communication. So court will simply advise both parties that, govern yourself accordingly, because the court will have that. That will be the order of the court at this point. Ms. McNiff, you can prepare an order to that extent. And sir, if there's other things as it relates to parenting time, you have a right to file that motion, and you can file it at any time. Okay. That will conclude this matter at 9:38 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, the next case is the Alec Ewer versus Jane Marshall.
Okay.
Calling case 2023-1281 DC Alec Ewer versus Jane Marshall. Today is Monday, November 20th, 2023 at 9:39 a.m.
Good morning to all of you. Court will note the appearance of Ms. Huffman on behalf of the plaintiff, Ms. Jensen Miller on behalf of the defendant. This matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion for modification of custody parenting time support and to show cause. Ms. Huffman.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Just a quick update. Since the last hearing, the CPS worker in this matter has yet again sent a referral to close the investigation. There has never been any substantiation of any accusations at all in this case. And now we have a child telling people that she can't see her daddy anymore because her mommy keeps saying he molested her. And this just continues to get worse and worse. And the longer we allow it to go on, the worse it's going to get for this child. She's now having to see a counselor, and who wouldn't in this situation? I know the court read my motion in its entirety, because as I started to state things in the last hearing, the court already stated I read that. So I'm not going to get into any of that and repeat it.
Okay.
So it was, but my motion was set immediately on the first available Monday, just in case the court denied that ex parte motion. And obviously the court did deny that motion. So I had it set immediately so that we could get some immediate relief. And then we had a 2-week delay, and now we're here for on delay. So I'm just asking the court for some type of relief so that my client can get back to parenting time, get this child back on track. We've got to get things going again, parenting time going again. My client hasn't seen the child since he went to Indiana and took the child on the 16th of last month. And mom then came to the house, and all of the police calls were made and the troopers had to come.
Okay.
And as I stated, the child is now having to see a therapist because the mother's forcing things into her head. And mom has also circumvented this court's custody orders by filing for a PPO in Indiana. I'm asking this court for some type of relief at this time. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, you understand, Ms. Huffman, court cannot change custody without an evidentiary hearing.
I do understand that.
Okay. Ms. Jansen Miller, what's your response?
Thank you, Judge. I'm not sure if you have received my written response or not. We had sent it up via email on Friday, along with the affidavit from another individual that was present at the meeting that was
as usual, we can tell that I didn't do my homework and I didn't know that was coming. Yuck. Also, I don't think they're tattoos, Mikey. I think that's a shirt. Are you talking about the girl in Aaron Jansen's screen there? Like right there? Why can't I do it? Right there. Um, no, I don't think those are tattoos. This whole fucking, I don't like it. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Don't fuck with kids, people. It's a very simple rule.
Called by the plaintiff's family regarding these allegations and the statements by the minor child. Judge, it is true, the child is in counseling, and that counseling is a result of the issues that have been brought in. Dad showing up at the school, the underlying CPS investigation. I do disagree with what Ms. Huffman is indicating. My client just indicated that Chelsea Petrakis, the CPS worker, just called her and said that they had followed up with a couple of more things. They were going to reach out to the therapist, who has now said that she wants to see the child weekly to try to get to the bottom of some of this stuff. And that then the referral or the CPS investigation was going to go to CPS supervisor Tracy Sweet, who I mentioned in my answer, had indicated that Chelsea had not followed through with as much of the stuff follow-up investigation as she should have, which is partially why we're at this case right now. Judge, these are not allegations that a child just off the cuff states. And again, I want to bring the attention that these were allegations that were said to the plaintiff's family, and it was the plaintiff's family who then notified my client. And that was a month after there were a couple of other smaller things that were said, but now looking back are more alarming, regarding issues that the little girl had told mom. Mom talked with dad about it. Well, let's just see how it goes. She's a little girl.
Well, do you have any idea when, from what Ms. Huffman said, that they were closing their investigation, do you have any idea as to when they're going to conclude that investigation? So
my understanding is she was reaching out to Erica, the therapist, today, and they still have not talked with Aaron Freilich, who was the other person that was at this meeting. It's my understanding that the supervisor was going to try to make her, or was going to make her talk with her. Once the supervisor has it, they have 14 days to either approve it or deny it and send it back for modifications or for additional investigation.
Okay.
So I don't have an answer today.
Okay.
If I could, Your Honor, last Thursday, I received a screenshot that says directly from Ms. Petrakis, it will be submitted for closure today. That was last Thursday. My boss will then have 14 days to review it before it can officially be closed. I am still waiting to hear back from the counseling place and want to do another follow-up with you afterwards, but she was submitting it that day, last Thursday.
Okay. Well, let's do this. The court does note that at least with the motion in this matter, it does provide sufficient probable cause or proper cause and change in circumstances to meet the Advarka threshold for an evidentiary hearing. So the court will set it for an evidentiary hearing. What the court will do is, I had something open up. The court will set this matter for hearing on December 19, 2023 at 8:30 a.m., as well as December 21st, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. in case we need both days. And what happens is, keep us apprised if there's some issues with, again, CPS, because obviously the court would like that concluded. Then either of the attorneys can schedule a status conference with the court, and we'll address things at that point if we need to. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
That will take care of everything, at least today. We'll see you back on the December 19th date if we don't hear anything before that. Okay, thank you.
Judge,
Yeah.
we have since scheduled stuff for both of those days.
Oh, okay.
Let me look and see if I have something else.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll call both your offices and see when you're available. I didn't know that we had filled those days in, so. Okay, we will contact you and see when you're available and when we can get you in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
Sorry, what now? What did he just say? We need to listen to that again. What did he just say? Hot mic. I love the hot mic. Oh, I live for them. Oh, what did he say? What'd you say, little bitch? Ugh. My daughter. Allegedly. Thank you, John. And in my opinion, allegedly.
And filled those days in, so. Okay, we will contact you and see when you're available and when we can get you in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Your Honor.
Okay, I'm bringing in. Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mikey, how many nicknames in high school did you have? How long did you go to high school? That's my question. A hot Mikey. Hey, ayo, there we go, MB. Wow. What an interesting case. Okay, I wrote down the follow-up. Wait, I didn't write down the follow-up dates. What was the last date that she just said? I didn't listen to that part. I wrote down the 19th and the 21st, but shit. Anyway, I'll look back later, or more likely I won't. If you're just getting here, make sure that you've gone ahead and clocked in for your shift by hitting the. Oh, he has to call the parties. Thank you, MB. That's right. He's going. Will call, like when you go to the. I don't know, the theater, opera. Um. Oh, I've forgotten now what I was gonna say. Oh, that's right. If you're just getting here, please make sure you've clocked in for your shift by hitting the like button. Tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. It's been like 30 minutes. Take your meds. You know, the drill. Do all the things that we do around here. Say hi. Sign up for gift memberships, please.
Good morning.
This is the Christina Duran Macias versus Angel Pahamba Fabian case.
Okay,
Calling case 2023-1561 DM, Christina Duran Macias versus Angel Pahamba Fabian. Today is Monday, November 20th, 2023 at 9:48 a.m.
and this matter is before the court on the plaintiff's notice for entry of order and UCSO filed by Ms. Sachs. I don't see that we have the defendant present.
Defendant is not present.
Okay, so the defendant is not present. As a result, the court will enter the order as submitted by the plaintiff in this matter. That will conclude this particular case, and we'll end this matter at 9:48 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now I will bring in Attorney Hicks and Attorney Murphy.
Okay.
Calling Calling case 2023-2011 CB, Kellogg Sales Company versus Ryder Integrated Logistics Incorporated. Today is Monday, November 20th, 2023 at 9:49 a.m.
Good morning to both of you. Court will note the appearance of Mr. Murphy on behalf of the plaintiff, Mr. Hicks on behalf of the defendant. This matter is before the court on the defendant's motion to stay proceedings. I have read all of the pleadings, so I don't need to have you simply reiterate that. Mr. Hicks, as I read through all this, it does appear this is really a contractual indemnification case. Isn't that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor, but the contractual indemnification provision requires a finding of negligence. If a court in Pennsylvania finds negligence in a different party, for example, negligence in Kellogg, negligence in the two other defendants in that case, Plattis Global or United Biscuits International, then there is no indemnity obligation on behalf of Ryder. What's interesting, Your Honor, is that Kellogg has filed cross claims in the Pennsylvania case, pointing the finger at United Biscuits and Plattis Global. So in that case, they're saying, no, it's not us, it's those two. In this case, they're saying, no, it's not us, it's Ryder. It makes sense, Your Honor, to let the Pennsylvania case play out, and then if that Pennsylvania case doesn't moot this case, then let this case stand. Now, the two things I'd like to address are the fact that Ryder isn't a party in the Pennsylvania case. That's not technically true, Your Honor. The plaintiff is a Ryder employee. So if the plaintiff is found at fault, then that would have an effect on this case. Second, just because Ryder isn't a party doesn't necessarily mean that fault can't be attributed to them. We're aware of notice of non-party fault in Michigan. And third, Your Honor, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes for a second. And apparently,
yeah, I was also looking at my notes today, just now, sir, and Mr. Hicks. What I've noted here would be United Biscuits. I don't know why that tickled me, but it did. I just think of all the United Biscuits out there, just like we stand together. We are baked together. Then also he used the word moot, which we don't actually hear very often, and always makes me think of Friends. And then third, a non-party at fault. I thought that's actually interesting legally, something I've asterisked to look at later, because it sounds like what he's saying is that there could be a person at fault that is a non-party to the suit, but that could indemnify or absolve the original parties of the suit. So, interesting thoughts. What the? Okay, let's keep going.
is blanked from my mind, Your Honor. If it comes back to me, I will.
Okay, if it comes back, we'll let you speak after Mr. Murphy does. Mr. Murphy, what's your response other than as stated in your pleadings?
Yeah, well, thank you, Your Honor. I think the one thing I would like to point out to the court is, we agree with your initial reaction. This is a breach of contract action between Kellogg and Ryder pursuant to the warehouse services agreement. And as I went back through that agreement today, Your Honor, I did notice in section 10 of that agreement, it does speak to the indemnity obligation on behalf of Ryder, and that's not only a duty to indemnify, but also a duty to defend. But in addition to that, Your Honor, there's a section in there, 4.12, which essentially imposes the risk of safety onto Ryder and has several different provisions that require Ryder to implement a safety protocol, safety plans to ensure the safety of its own employees. And it states in there that any breach of that provision, Your Honor, is a material breach of the agreement. And so when you look back at the indemnity provision isn't just conditioned on negligence. It actually also includes a subsection 1, which is any breach of the agreement. And so we believe that these issues are truly contractual in nature, and we're entitled to move forward with our claims. Kellogg is incurring defense costs, as this other case continues to go on. And Kellogg deserves to pursue those indemnity claims against Ryder, and there's really no reason to delay that, Your Honor.
Okay. As I looked at the pleadings and obviously heard the argument, it does appear that maybe this case is ripe for summary disposition. Have you considered that? And we can examine the matter much further at that point on summary disposition.
Your Honor, I'm not sure how this case would be ripe for summary disposition if it is simply a question of fact as to negligence. We would have to go through discovery to determine who was negligent. Kellogg has to prove negligence to get indemnity. They don't just get indemnity automatically under the contractual provisions, and they haven't asked for a declaratory judgment in terms of a duty to defend. They could do that, but they haven't asked for that. So that's not really an issue before the court.
Well, I understand that, and I understand what you're saying is there may be fact issues, but again, there's legal issues as well. And I just thought if the matter was developed through summary disposition, we might be able to get resolved some of the potential issues in this case. But I'll leave that up to the attorneys. I'm not going to intercede. I just thought about that as I was reading through all of this, and
Yeah,
anything else, Mr. Murphy?
No, Your Honor, but we do intend to move forward expeditiously with this case. We do believe it should get resolved quickly, and that the party should structure some type of agreement in how they're going to handle this underlying tort claim. And so we do plan on either if we have to take one deposition or some written discovery, but a summary disposition motion is certainly being contemplated by Kellogg.
Okay, Mr. Hicks, your response.
Your Honor, just the one point that I didn't make earlier in addressing a comment made in plaintiff's response. Even if Ryder isn't a party in the other case, Your Honor, defensive application of collateral estoppel can apply under Michigan Supreme Court rulings. Michigan is clear that you don't need to be identical parties for the defensive application. So if Kellogg is found to be at fault in the other case, that would apply in this case and would moot this case.
Okay, thank you. Well, in this particular matter, court does note that it is obviously more difficult in view of the Pennsylvania case, but the court also recognizes the various contractual issues here that the court doesn't believe that we need to have conclusion of the Pennsylvania case to be able to decide this. We can decide indemnification. And again, depending upon what happens in the Pennsylvania case, that may make indemnification appropriate or not. I don't know what's going to happen in that regard. But in any event, the court's not persuaded that we need to stay these proceedings, especially in view of the fact that in the Pennsylvania case, there's no concrete time frame as to when that's going to end. It's just, I think in the motion or something, there was something that said that it might be scheduled for sometime next summer, 2022, and the court's not going to delay this action on the, I guess you'd say, on the supposition that something may come up in that at that particular time, because it may, as I know, it may not come up in summer of 2024, puts us off to next fall, and the court is not going to let this case languish that much. So we'll just proceed, and if again something happens in the Pennsylvania case that's germane to this, then the parties can always refile a motion or file an appropriate motion as to how that may again have some determinative, I guess you'd say, ruling in this particular matter. So at this point, the court will not stay.
Is anybody else hearing that like slight bird sound or like a screeching sort of like eagle sound? Like, is that just me? is it just my headphones? Like, why do I keep hearing that in the background? Just this faint, like one of them is sitting in a nature reserve where they're taking care of recovering bald eagles or something. Um, but like off in the distance, like they're in the administrative building. You hear it too, Vicky. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, I thought I was going insane. I was literally like, oh, you're hearing fucking eagles now. Like, yeah, you liked America, you liked going to Florida, but to be just hearing eagles randomly, crazy. Okay? That's just crazy, Paisley. Come on now.
I'll deny that, allow Mr. Murphy, you to prepare the order denying the stay, and then we can proceed.
Your Honor, just a couple of housekeeping issues. I know at the last status conference, essentially the court wanted to hear this motion to stay first before entering any type of scheduling order. Would ask if maybe we can reschedule that status conference and agree on some dates moving forward, sometime in the next 30 days or so.
Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe we can get you in. We do those in the afternoon at 1:15. So what we'll do is we'll send out a notice and we can get the status in probably a couple of weeks. Okay.
Well, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Court will end this matter at 9:58 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day, gentlemen.
You too, Your Honor.
Happy holidays. Yep.
Happy holidays, Judge. Yeah, that is happy holidays. Don't worry, guys. We're not done. We're just getting started in a way. We're going to move on to what our main event for the night was, which is a friend of the court show cause hearing. I didn't realize that calendar was so diverse, let's call it. Also, shout out to anybody in the chat who has, what is it, tinnitus? Like ringing in your ears and you can't hear the eagles blaring in my ears, but opening the I really wish I had guys in a truck. I wish I had guys in the truck to help me do things every day. And I would pay them in a very unique way.
All right, I let Mr. DeLucia in and now I've lost him. Good morning. What's your name? Okay. Let him in and now he's gone. Let's see if I can find him.
Yeah, it is not only become a member week on all the channels this week, but it is also win lots of fake KCC points on this channel. Make sure you're playing. If you want to know how to play, hit !games in the chat. Also, what? You could hear reaching over that. Oh, no way you could hear it, Teresa. I get it. The New Year's Eve stream will be long. It will be a throwback to an earlier time because I don't think I have a date on New Year's Eve, so it'll be a long one. We'll be each other's dates, okay, guys? Unless that changes, and then you're cool with that.
hold on, I'm getting feedback somewhere. All right, this is in the matter of Ashley Baker versus Leopoldo Perez, file number 2015-41711 This matter, Mr. Leopoldo, has been adjourned to December 18th at 8 a.m. All right, Mr. Perez?
Yep.
All right, thank you, sir. Thanks. All right, I have someone in a black t-shirt with a beard. What is your name, please?
Randy Long.
Can you get a little closer to your microphone?
Randy Long.
Randy Long, okay. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna change your screen.
I definitely thought his screen name said Schlong there, but it doesn't. It says Shock. You think that I could get a date for New Year's, Mike? You think? I'm very discerning. I really don't think. Well, maybe. You know what? You never say never because, I mean, it could happen. That would be a dream come true. Let's say that.
Name. I'm sorry, he was connected and I let him in and then he disconnected. So hold on, let's try this. All right. I have someone who's called in on a telephone. Can I ask your name, please?
Isidore Patrick Casares.
All right, Mr. Casares. I am going to change your screen name and I'm going to pop you in the waiting room for just a moment, all right?
All right.
Mayor, you do have a date for New Year's. Aren't you coming to the New Year's party on this channel, which is 2023 Would You Fuck Me, Smash or Pass Judicial Official Edition? I am going to be compiling a list of judicial officials that we see at this party and talk about if we would smash or pass. Kathy, thank you for being here. This is your hometown judge. Is this what you're saying? Judge Anzalone is, she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time on New Year's. We've already been planning it. I have a full, 3 pages written out. Yeah, that's right, MB. It's smash, pass, or mask. Well, I am fun, but I have a very specific want of a date for New Year's. So if I can't get that, then I'm just going to hang out with everybody here. That's my decision. If you know, you know.
So, Miss, have a seat for just a minute. We'll see if he'll call back in, okay? I'm so sorry. Let's see. Mr. Long.
I heard you like blondes, Mikey. Is that what you're picky on? And Nancy, of course you can come. We are going to have a great time. Yeah, Mikey, tell us the requirements. Come on. All the thirsty ladies in the chat would love to know how could they win over Sir Mikey's heart.
This is in a matter of Catherine Crew versus Randy Scott Long, file number 2008-32776. DS. Mr. Long has appeared via Zoom. So Mr. Long, we're here on a show cause for failure to pay child support. It states here you're ordered to pay $104 a month in child support. And as of today's date, you have an arrearage in excess of $15,951. The last payment we received was
Part of it will be on here, Vicky. Part of it will be on here. Part of it will be on Discord. So Mikey, you like blonde boobs and short hair. So the opposite of me. That's good to know. Ever to each their own. What are blonde? Mikey requires a blonde merkin. Oh, Lisa, you're making me laugh. No merkin needed. Also, guys, what a just absolute turn off not paying your child support, right? Yeah. I don't know where Melly is, Denali. You gotta find her. Say her name 5 times and she'll show up. Chris, you like red? Where do you see red? My lips? Oh, is something peeking out? Or you mean redheads? Yeah, I've heard a lot about redheads. Oh, Teresa's making you an offer, Mikey. Look at that. A blonde, have boobs, and her hair is right above her shoulders. See, my hair is too long, too dark, my boobs too small.
$26.80 on April 24 of 2023. We were here on October 24 and for a show cause and failure to appear. And I ordered that you make a payment of $100 by October 27 and $154 moving forward. And we have not received a payment. So Mr. Long, are you employed?
No, actually, I lost my job after Jay got out of jail.
I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. If you could scoot closer, please.
I lost my job that I was working after I got out of jail. Once I got back, they had hired somebody else.
Right. So you're not currently employed?
I'm looking for work again now.
I can't hear you. You got to speak up a little bit.
No, I'm looking for work again.
Okay. And you're still in Rives?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Miss Adams, do we have a front of the court show causes next Monday on the 27th?
Yes, we do.
All right. So Mr. Long, I'm going to adjourn this to next Monday at 8 a.m.
Okay.
And your caseworker is Mr. Vasquez?
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, Mr. Anderson. So, Mr. Long, I need you to get in contact with Mr. Anderson. I need you to provide 10 contacts that when you come back next Monday at 8 a.m., I want you to give me the names, addresses of 10 places that you applied for a job. I don't care if it's dishwashing. I mean, your child support is $100 a month. That's $25 a week. Yep. So, you know, I need you to provide 10 contacts next Monday and to make a payment. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you next Monday on November 27th at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Okay. All right, Mr. Davenport, why don't you come up? All right, this is in the matter of Nicole Davenport versus Christian Davenport, file number 2019-46565DM. Mr. Davenport, you are ordered to pay $411 a month in child support. You have an arrearage of $4,911. You did make a payment on October 31st. So where's your job interview today?
Midwest phone in Jackson.
Midwest Energy?
Yep.
Awesome.
Midwest insulation. They do spray foam insulation.
Okay, that's
And
awesome.
I got a bid. I can't start till after Thanksgiving.
Say it again.
I got a job doing roof repair, but I can't start till after Thanksgiving.
Okay,
So if this don't go through or something, they can't start me right away. I'm gonna go through this. And I
okay.
did make a payment of $100 last night. I know it's not much, but.
So another payment?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did make something.
All right. So what I'll do is I'm going to set this out to December. I'm gonna set this out. Becky or Miss Adams, is December 11th available?
I'm sorry, Judge, December 11th?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to set this out to December 11 at 8 AM. But listen to me. If you get the job, where do you live, here in town?
No, Jerome.
Okay, so if you get the job, I need you to contact your caseworker, who is Sue Pelham,
With all the information.
with all the information. And remember, you're supposed to pay $411 a month in child support, which means you need to pay about $105 a week, something like that. And then if it doesn't come out of your paycheck, you got to make the payment
I'm
on
gonna
it.
have it, if it goes through, I'm gonna have it right on my paycheck, so.
But listen to me, we want it to go through your paycheck, but it takes time to set that up. So when you get a paycheck, look to see if they took it out. If they didn't take it out for that week or bi-weekly, you make that payment online.
All right.
And then once it starts coming out of your check, you don't have to make the online payment. Do you understand? Because I don't want you to come back and say, well, I didn't know they didn't take it out. No, you got to make it online. Got it?
Yep.
All right. So if you've got everything set up, she can very well adjourn this or dismiss it.
All right.
Okay, but stay in contact with her. And the front window is also open downstairs. You can always pop in there.
All right, thank you.
All right, so December 11th at 8 AM.
I'll get that in the mail.
You'll get that in the mail.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Still. All right. Got somebody who's not connected to audio. And I don't know if it's him or not. Miss Colress, file number 2016-43454 DC. Ms. Colress, this has been adjourned to December 18th at 8 AM. Okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. In the matter of Jerry Dowling versus Michael Newsome, file number 2001-23999 DP, that matter has been adjourned to December 18th at 8 AM. Mr. Casares?
Yes.
All right, so this is in the matter of Dakota Matson versus Isidore Casares, file number 2018-45149. I'm sorry, 45159 DS. Mr. Casares, we are here on an order to show cause for failure to pay child support. It states here you're ordered to pay $236 a month. And as of today's date, you have an arrearage of $9,339. Mr. Casares, do you understand that you're at the level now where the state of Michigan, through the Attorney General, can charge you with a felony for failure to pay child support?
Not right now, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Casares, we've never received a payment from you on this.
Oh my God. How fucking embarrassing is that? Are you joking me? He just said that like as if like, oh no, sorry, I can't handle being arrested. Dude, fucking $200 a month, pay your child support. Pay your child support. Also, y'all talking about gray hair and white hair. I have gray hair all over my head, as has been pointed out many times. It's just the way we are, people. We're getting older. Still hot.
Mr. Casares, do you understand that you're at the level now where the state of Michigan, through the Attorney General, can charge you with a felony for failure to pay child support?
Not right now, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Casares, we've never received a payment from you on this case. Are you currently employed?
Yes.
Where are you working
at
at?
every Tiffany's Garden, Manchester, Michigan.
Say that again for me.
Yeah. Tiffany's Garden, Manchester, Michigan.
Mr. Vasquez, did you get that?
Was that Tiffany's Garden?
Yes.
Do they take?
What is that?
Landscape and snow removal.
Okay, are you paid under the table or do you get a paycheck?
Yeah, I do get a paycheck. I could bring them in, my stuff, my paycheck stubs. Yeah, I never knew that I had a case like actively. Like I know me and her have like talked about it or whatever, but I never knew like. Yeah, and when I seen the paper too.
So, Mr. Casares,
yes.
Mr. Casares, back in 2018, you were served with paperwork on this. So yes, you know, you should have known. If you forgot about it, that's, I guess, possible. But Mr. Casares, you've got quite an arrearage that you need to start paying down, okay?
Yes, I will.
Okay, and Mr. Casares, if during the winter work gets slow, you need to find another job. I don't, washing dishes, something to, at night if the job is slow. All right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to set this out to December 18th. Mr. Casares, can you make a payment this week?
I should be maybe like 100, but I know next week I can do like another 100 or so.
Okay, you should be paying about, that would be great if you could pay that. So, you need to pay at least almost 300 a month now to pay down your arrearage so you don't get charged with a felony, all right?
All right.
All right, I'm gonna set this over to December 18th at 8 a.m. And Mr. Vasquez will send an income withholding. And then if you could bring in your paychecks, that would be great.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, how much of a payment prior to the next hearing?
I would like him to pay 150 every 2 weeks. So we need to add another 50 to this to pay down the arrearage. So we need to pay 286 a month. So Mr. Casares, we're going to add $50 a month to pay on the arrearage. Okay.
All right.
So you need to pay 286 a month, and if it doesn't come out of your check, you need to make it online, okay?
All right. What do I have to file for to do a new payment thing, so you have to see actually my check how much I'm making, because that's so you have to go by that for my monthly payment.
You can petition to have a hearing or a financial intake review. It's pretty low already, but you can petition for an income review, all right?
All right. Could you tell me, do you know anything about my parenting time or anything? Because that's why I was kind of confused about the child support, because me and her kind of like just verbally worked something out since 2018. So like we were just doing our own thing, like weekends and everything.
Casares, hold on, Mr. Casares. So we're not here on parenting time or anything today, just on money owed. So if you and her work out.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Casares. They are not here to help you. They want your money. Cole, thank you for being here. I am glad to hear that you have your procedures scheduled. You got to keep us updated. Please, 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 please. Also, say hi to my little buddy Owen and give him a little hug from me. Miss him. He was such a fun little guy to hang out with in Florida. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Casares, who didn't know about his fucking child support since 2018. Yeah, I'm not buying that, right? I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it.
Some agreement, you can do a stipulation and order through through your caseworker, or you can petition for a referee hearing, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Casares. We'll see you back
Yep.
December 18th at 8 a.m. Thank you.
Yep, bye.
Okay. All right, Mr. Moog.
Yes.
All right, let me find your file. I don't think I have any paperwork on Mr. Moog. Jennifer SARS long. SAR.
Your Honor, I show that that's adjourned to December 18th.
Okay, Mr. Moog, your hearing's been adjourned to December 18th at 8 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. Sar, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so this is in the matter of Ashley Oncia versus Christopher Sar, file number 2022-49109 UN. Mr. Sar, you must be making payments, or so this has been adjourned to December 18th at 8 a.m. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you back then. Thank you.
Oh, to let you know I have a job too. I start tomorrow.
Awesome. Where's that at?
It's here in town. It's just right down the street down at Beecher.
Could I have the name?
I really don't know the name.
Okay. Do you think that you could drop off the information on your employer to the front of the court?
I could try. I know I have a paperwork that the lady gave me with the guy's name and number on it.
Well, do you think when do you start working there?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Do you think, where do you live? What city do you live in?
Adrian.
All right. Do you want to bring that into the front of the court today so they know where to do an income withholding?
Yeah, I could.
That would be awesome. So go to the basement level and there's a window and you could just bring your employer information to us. All right.
All right.
All right. And then good luck to you, Mr. Sar. We'll see you back December 18th at 8 a.m. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
And get no voicemail from him either. So you're sitting here saying that I'm receiving phone calls and you guys are not receiving mine.
So Miss who's covering for Miss Pelham this morning?
Hold on. What did they just say? Also, Mikey, I have to agree. That is never coming. He's never showing up with that. Ever. Seriously, though, what did his girlfriend say? Oh. So I want a chicken sandwich. I don't know why.
Good luck to you, Mr. Sar. We'll see you back December 18th at 8 a.m. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
didn't get no voicemail from him either. So you're sitting here saying that I'm receiving phone calls and you guys are not receiving mine.
So Miss, who's covering for Miss Pelham this morning?
Either one of us, Your Honor.
Hang on.
Y'all hear me? Stand back up here.
Yeah, you can. So Mr. DeLucia was logged in earlier. Let me see if I can find him. And then I admitted him.
Oh, I won't get a chicken sandwich. I want one because I watched a chicken sandwich video on YouTube earlier today, but I won't get one. We do have a Popeyes now, which is pretty cool, but no, I will resist.
He disappeared. And let's see if I have him here with one of the others. All right. I have somebody in a white hoodie. What is your name, sir?
David Torres.
Okay, not the person I was looking for. Thank you. I'm going to pop you in the waiting room. And I don't know who she is, but she's not. All right, ma'am, what is your name, please? She's not who I'm looking for either. All right, so in the matter of Rachel Torres versus Michael DeLucia, file number 2019-46207DS. This is a date and time set for a show cause. Ms. Torres is here in the courtroom. Mr. DeLucia was here earlier, and when I admitted him, he got lost somewhere. So I don't necessarily want to issue a bench warrant for him today because he did show up. I've given her Zoom information. I know can I set this out like a couple weeks and renotice it for him? He's not popped back in, which is really weird.
Yeah, whatever date you want to use, Your Honor.
Why don't we set this out to, well, we got to mail a notice of hearing. Where does he live? So why don't we set this out to I guess just December 18. So I'm going to set it out to December 18 and just zoom in. That way you don't have to come in, okay?
Okay, the payment that he was supposed to make on the 30th, I never received that.
Okay, did he make a payment on the 30th?
And all his income withholding that was on file is no longer there anymore.
Okay. Okay, well, I understand.
I'm showing the last payment was September 6th for $46.72.
I understand your frustration. I'm sorry. If he hadn't showed up, I would have issued a warrant, but because he did, I don't. Okay. All right, so just zoom in that time, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Hey, Ostrom. Chief Cuevas will be with you in a moment. I'm still doing my friend of the court stuff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room. Okay, Randy Ostrom. No, that's the matter of Randy Ostrom versus Emily Jake.
Melanie, I think you made a typo. Did you just say there's 84 of you for Thanksgiving? I'm sorry. Also, when did you Call of Duty? I'm a gamer too. I just wondered. I never knew. when you played Call of Duty. But yeah, 84. Like, do you live in a castle? Where are these people coming from? I'm 84. She's sticking with 84, ladies and gentlemen. She's sticking with 84 people for Thanksgiving. Wow. Don't I feel like a fucking loser? Just, you have a huge family. I mean, Melanie, come on. Break it down for us. How do you even have a table for 84 people? Where are you putting them all? Where are you going to put them? Logistically, where are you going to put them? Hmm? 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 Hmm?
File number 2015-41985 DP. This is the date and time set for
You have tents and heaters and all throughout your house. Wow. Tents and heaters all throughout the house. Okay. Bev, I don't doubt that for 1 second. I believe that you're playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare. Awesome game, by the way. Miss Orlando Chiquita, could you round up 84 people? I don't think I could round up 84 fucking people. And also, Nancy, if you're getting married, please send us wedding invites. I would love to come to a wedding of a YouTube subscriber. That might be a little goal. That might be a little goal of mine. One day down the road, get married again or go to a wedding. One of the two. Mel, what are you having it catered? Tell us. Are you having it catered? Are you getting married? Well, I'll send you my address.
cause. Neither party is present. Mr. Ostrom is ordered to pay $202 a month. He has an arrearage of $7,356. The last payment we received was $160 on July 11th of 2020. He has failed to appear. I will issue a bench warrant and I will set bond in the amount of $3,500 cash. Right. In the matter of Amy Roberts, oh, Mr. Roberts is in there.
So, Melanie, did you just say your grandmother and her two sisters married your grandfather? And his two brothers. So there were 3 separate marriages or just pipe dreams, huh?
All right, Mr. No, he's not connected. Mr. Roberts, good morning. This is
Good morning,
in the
Judge.
matter, good morning, of Amy Roberts versus Kyle Roberts, file number 2014-40419DS. Mr. Roberts, your case has been dismissed, so you must be in compliance. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Yep, have a good holiday.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. In the matter of Raquel Tyndall versus Isaiah Coopshaw, file number 2007-32109DP. That matter has been adjourned to December 18th at 8 a.m. And that should conclude our friend of the court show cause docket. All right, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it did. And we have our last item for this evening to be watching. Mel, I'm still worried about like how would you do dishes for 84 people? How would you, I don't know, like even decide how much stuffing to have or how much mashed potatoes? It's crazy to me. But a little jealous. It sounds so lovely and warm and comforting to have so many people around you. I wish. Just give me 1 second to go ahead and get this last video on for us today. I even wrote down a time that I would start it closing. Or I can drop everything. One or the other. It's a-okay, Paisley. You've got nobody to sit with, baby. Not quite, no. 1 second. I love you all.
Still don't have Caleb. You can just go into the, all right. So Ms. Wilson, you can be on your way and you can both be on your way. We'll see you on the board.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, and then finally back to, all right, Karen McCombs. You're with us by Zoom, and then Colleen McCombs. You're with us by Zoom. All right, both got you here and you can both unmute. McCombs, just need you to unmute.
You're on right now.
Gotta keep, oh, I can hear you now, Ms. Karen McCombs. All right, so got you both. This is case number 23342, and Karen McCombs, whoops, I lost there. Karen McCombs has filed and gotten a temporary restraining order against Colleen McCombs. And we're here for this hearing now, and I see that you were served notice, Colleen McCombs, at our hearing, obviously October 30th. And so here we are now to have the hearing. So I'm going to put you both under oath, and then I'll hear from both of you. So first, Karen McCombs, if you could raise your right hand with me. And Karen McCombs, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, and you might need to get closer to your microphone and speak up.
That a little bit.
That's getting better. And then Colleen McCombs, if you'd raise your right hand with me. Colleen McCombs, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So going back to Karen McCombs, then I've read your petition and
Hold on. Does everybody in the chat raise their right hand and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Okay. Thank you all. I was so glad to hear about that. Mikey, do you just admit to using paper plates and plastic everything at your house? But does that avoid fights over who's doing the dishes? That's my question, because I guess in my house, what I would do is I would pay for somebody to do deep cleaning if nobody liked to do that. That's what I would sort of think would be well worth the money. But I don't mind doing dishes or loading a dishwasher. I don't know. Yeah, wouldn't that cost a small fortune? I think it would. Not the paper plates. Not the plastic. I'm talking about having 84 people over. But
and I'm just gonna, and you'll notice both of you that I'm looking down here because I have a screen that has our court file. And as I'm listening to you, I'm also referring to the petition and documents in the court file to see if I have any questions. But I am listening, just so you know, that's what I'm doing. So, Karen McCombs, then, anything else you would like to say to support? I mean, are you still asking for this order against Colleen McCombs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And let me then ask Colleen McCombs, do you object to having this order issued?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, back to Karen McCombs. Then Karen McCombs, anything else you'd like to say?
There's not a whole lot of evidence for to back my case, but no, I guess, Your Honor, there really isn't. It's you're gonna judge rule however you need to rule, and I will just keep going on.
All right, so the most recent event, October 14th, you said your daughter spent the night and there was something about a toolbox. And so your daughter occasionally spends the night. Is this your house or rental or what?
My home. This is my house. Yes.
All right. And so, so you allow her as a guest in your home?
Being as she's my daughter, yes, occasionally, and she does help me every great once in a while. But on this occasion, she asked me about the toolbox. It was a large truck toolbox, and it belonged to my work. She says, "Well, I just sold it, and they're coming to pick it up." And how do you sell something that's not even yours? Why would you even think about that? That's where I pretty much lost it because, well, she's been taking things and selling them and doing just whatever she wants and running me over, bullying me to the point of where I just give up, and I needed to turn somewhere for some help because she's bigger than me, she's louder than me, and I just can't go on with her doing what she's doing. So she's not going to be allowed here anymore.
So around, so this year then, does she come to your home uninvited then?
Yes.
This year?
Feels like it, yeah.
And do you have property around that has your belongings that you're alleging she's taking?
Yes.
And all right. And so this kind of came to a head the middle of October when you came to the court for this order about this toolbox. And then you talk about the past several years about the same sort of activity, a hot tub being taken, came to your work about 7 years ago. Are you still working?
Yes.
Or you came home from work?
Yes.
Okay, so we got kind of a big gap there, 7 years ago and October. So is it just because it's a constant thing?
It's pretty much been constant. I pretty much tried to not look at it, but it has gotten to the point. There was one instance where she borrowed my car. She was going to be gone to Goodwill for an hour. Sunday night, midnight that night, that was before I had my hips surgically replaced. Sunday night at midnight, she comes into my car, backs it into its spot, and her friend is with her, and they're gonna barbecue. And I was livid because I had to go to work the next morning and I didn't know where my car was, and she wouldn't answer her phone.
Hold on, and she wanted to barbecue at midnight? Also, did anybody think she was about to say she got her hip surgically removed? Like, it's gone. I don't have it anymore. It's gone. I can't even walk. I'm falling all over the place. Um, I'm still thinking about a chicken sandwich. This is horrible. I'm such a bad person.
What was that
The next
about?
the next day I went to put my seatbelt on, it didn't work. I got to work. I asked Carl if he can fix it. He says, he goes, why isn't it working? I said, I don't know. And he goes, well, maybe this is why. And I turned around and looked, the whole side of my car was torn up. Just
So when
completely
did this happen, do you think?
6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Yes, on a Sunday night.
And then
That time I let her borrow my car.
bullying you say that she bullies you. What does that mean?
Oh my God. On a Sunday night 6 years ago, is that what she said? On a Sunday night 6 years ago, she did.
When she said that about the toolbox, I said, that just go. Just leave, just go. Get out of my house. And she said, no. A lot of times she'll say no and just stay. I'm powerless to do anything about it except call the police. And it takes a while for the sheriff to get out here. So
Okay.
I
So
was
that happened in October when you came to the court that she would not leave your home when you told her to leave. You said you were screaming, get out now. And she did not leave when you did that. Is that right?
He did leave finally after
How
about
long did it take?
at least an hour.
Okay. All right. So you say also in your petition, and I'm not sure when all this, but you say that you're let's see, you're scared when she drinks. Then you talked about some damage. So when did that most recently happen that she damaged your property when under the influence?
I don't exactly remember the date on that, or it was I know the sheriff was here and they'd been trying to figure out where she was, and she'd been hiding in a culvert, and she was cold and wet, and she just wanted to get some change of clothes. So she picked up a garden fork and started banging on my back door, which is glass.
I'm sorry, what? Did they just say they found her in a culvert? I'm yelling. Oh my God. This happens all the time at my house. If you're just getting here, I can't explain exactly what's going on to you in this court case, but please make sure you've clocked in for your shift by hitting the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We put out videos every fucking day. We're live every day. A ditch. That's a ditch. Okay. Okay, Cellulite Yoga Pants. Thank you for helping me with that. Wow. Just wow. Also, if you want to become a member, you can do that these days. It's happening. YouTube Daddy. YouTube Daddy.
To the point of leaving marks on it. And the sheriff said, do you want us to take her to jail? This is the hard part. I wanted her to go away, but I didn't want to go to jail. I don't know.
Is that why you're asking for an order? Because you're feeling powerless?
Yes. It's futile.
If you were to be granted an order, if the court finds a legal basis to this, you know that you would have to enforce it by calling law enforcement.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't change things on its own. You have to do something.
Yes. I
And
understand.
if you were to invite, you ask for this order, you go through all this, we have a hearing, the court does, if I find that there's a legal basis to do this, then if you invite your daughter over, you're defeating all the work you've done. If you don't enforce the order, you're defeating all the work you've done. You understand that?
There will be no inviting her over.
I mean, that's up to you. You wouldn't be in any legal jeopardy if you decided to violate the own order that you've asked for, but you just have to understand that that's what you're asking for. You're saying, I don't want anything to do with her going forward, done. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask a couple more questions here about your petition, and then we're going to turn to your daughter, but I need to understand better. Yeah. When you say that, so we talked about her taking the pitchfork and going at your back door. Do you have any concept of when that happened? Was it this year or several years ago, months
Wasn't
ago?
so it was a couple years ago, I think.
Okay, a couple of years ago. All right. And this year, you think, have you had an occasion where you were frightened by her when she was under the influence?
Not. No, not this year.
Okay.
Not,
And so this year, okay, go ahead. So this year then, the October event brought you into court, taking your belongings, bullying you, not leaving your home when you tell her to go. This year, what else can you kind of tie into this year?
Yeah, just little things, basically of getting rid of my possessions for me.
So that means getting rid of your possessions for you. That, are you telling me that you told her to do that or didn't?
No, there's
Do you
several.
remember what items?
We were picking up garbage up and down the road, and the people that were helping me said, "Hey, we found one of your kitchen stools. It's in the ditch here." I said, "Well, please bring it back up." I've driven home from work and seen my possessions at the end of the road, put out there for free. It's like, wait a minute. This isn't yours to decide for. This is mine. I just don't consider that helping. I don't understand her idea of helping if that's what it is. The people that she's been with, there's been it's she used to live in the world of live and let live, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now it's get them before they get you. If you don't have it and you want it, take it. I don't live that way, and I don't want to.
All right. And so there isn't any court action or anything that your daughter is involved with that would allow her a guardianship or say in your affairs, right? Or is there?
I don't understand what you just asked me.
Is there a superior court involved that's saying Ms. Colleen McCombs can have some authority over your decision making?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. So anything else you want to say before I turn to Colleen McCombs?
I understand I'm not considered by the criteria of the law a vulnerable adult, and yet I consider myself vulnerable because I work in Tacoma. I'm an hour away from my house. When somebody calls me at work and says this is going on, I can try to call her. She won't answer her phone. Even when she took the hot tub, I called her and said, "Do not take anything from my house." She said, "Okay," and then took off with it. How can I trust anything she says?
Go ahead.
That's about it, Judge. Really, that sums it up, basically.
Question for you is you said in your petition that you didn't know what's going to happen when she finds out that you applied for this order. What does that mean? Tell me what you were worried about there.
She was going to react in a bad way. She's been cognizant of it and not come around. So I'm very glad for that. It makes my life a little more settled, where I can take care of my own things and do what I need to do.
What does react in a bad way mean? What were you afraid she was going to do?
I had no idea, really. I mean, no. If she's drinking, she does one thing, but then she'll say one thing and do something else. I had no idea, really. I just was leery about what might happen.
Do you think she would harm you or your property? Was that what you were thinking?
Yes, property. She doesn't make good decisions a lot of times.
Okay. All right. Well, let me turn to Colleen McCombs and hear her response to your request for this order. So Colleen McCombs, that's just it. What would you like to say in your response to this request for this order?
I object against the order, and also all in all, she's my mother, and I will leave her alone. I don't want her to be stressed out. I don't want her to feel that way, period. But you know, if God heaven forbid anything happened to her, I don't even
Did you want to say anything about the allegation from October in the toolbox?
No, I really don't, just because that's basically the only that it's there's no proof of anything. However, I that's the really I just don't want my mom to be not stressed out and where she can live her life and do whatever. I'll leave her alone. I have no issue with that.
Can you comment on her statement that she was in the petition screaming at you to get out and it took about an hour for you to leave? Can you talk about that from your point of view?
Yeah, she did lose it, so to speak. She was yelling at me or whatever. That's no big deal. However, I mean, no big deal for me, except for the fact that I did leave about half hour, 45 minutes after she was drilling me out the house, and that's fine. I don't need to be living at my mother's house or staying with my mother or whatever. But I'm surprised she hasn't given me credit for more of the things that I have done for her more than what I haven't done for her, and that's just.
Yeah. So, what did you do in that half hour, 45 minutes before you left?
Just trying to find a ride.
Okay, calling around and trying to find a ride?
Yes, correct. I had no, that time I did not tell her no. I just listened. I just did whatever. I just found a ride to get out of there.
Okay. Anything you want to say about the hot tub incident?
No, no comment.
All right. Anything you want to say about, go ahead.
I love my mother, and I know she loves me, and she wants me to have the best or do the best or whatever. But I object against this protection order.
So, all right.
Because out of everybody in this world, there's only gonna be two people that love her the most. That's me and my brother.
Well, you have, and you agree, there isn't any Superior Court that's given you guardianship rights.
No.
And you don't have, this isn't where you live. You're just invited to come visit when your mom invites you.
When she needs my help, yeah.
Okay. And then,
it's been my mailing address. It's been my mailing address for the past since we moved into Yelm, like 22 years ago.
Oh my. Well, and so how does that work?
I'm not sure. I still don't have another mailing address. But
how in the past for the last 20 years would you get your mail if it was going to your mom's house?
To my mom, that's how I would get my mail is
you would stop by, or she would tell you there was mail and you'd come pick it up.
Okay. Yeah, I would get an email in my email saying what emails or what is coming in the mail that day. I don't anymore, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I would know.
Anything else I should consider about what she's written her petition or what we heard from her today, or anything else you want to say about it all?
No. That's, I mean, if about anything that's criminal is really irrelevant to this case. If it were to be that way, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm not making any findings there that anyone's
Right.
done any criminal act here. Is there evidence of unlawful harassment under the civil law here that I'm looking to? Need to see if I have any other questions. I'm just going to peruse.
Miss Donna Orlando Chiquita, I feel the same. I feel bad for both of them as well. I think that we've got a situation here where family dynamics are having trouble. But I did write down a reminder here. Change my address from my mother's old place. Let's just finish that. This is sad, but that's definitely meth mouth. I mean, I wouldn't know. But from what I've seen, I'm getting a methany vibe. I'm getting some methany vibes. Also, how would you steal a fucking hot tub? I suppose first you'd empty it, right? Step one, empty it. Wouldn't that take a while? I mean, you'd have to plan that to steal a hot tub. You have to empty it logistically, right? Right? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Also, I'm hopeful that any of you that are here talking about your relationships or your parents' relationships that have lasted a long time, that's awesome. Thank you. Tell us all about it. Jonathan, step one, drive the trunk into the house. Step two, lift the hot tub. Step three, drive away. Yeah, but don't you need to like empty it? Like what I'm being logistical, like what the water. You need to get rid of it all. Good night, Vicky. Thank you. Bionic woman. I know. She'd have to be like so strong. Also, like humble brag. You have a hot tub? Jealous. I'm not one. Maybe I'll have a bath tonight. Oh. Poor lady's hot tub. Bath. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
The information before the court before I leave you both.
What in the hell is going on in this car? And what is the judge reading? So many questions, so few answers.
All right, so both Karen and Colleen McCombs, what I'm doing is applying the law under 7-105, and from the petition and from what I've heard today, I do find that there was unlawful harassment as defined under the civil law, to allow this court to issue an order against him as Colleen McCombs to stay away from your mom. And I'm going to issue that for a year. And Karen McCombs, you have, if within 3 months of this expiration of this in 2024, you think the court should extend this order longer, then we would have another set of hearings and give Colleen McCombs the opportunity to be heard again about whether that should or shouldn't happen. But I do find that given the history, given the recent events, that there has been unlawful harassment committed against you, Karen McCombs, by Colleen McCombs, and that gives the court the authority under the law to issue this order. So Colleen McCombs, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Or I have a comment, actually. I wasn't sure. My friends do go over to her house and help her out and everything. And I haven't told anybody yet, but except for one friend that does still go over there, that I just recently found out I was pregnant, and I thought that she might want to know that.
Jerry Springer, much? She's pregnant and she's telling her mom via TPO court? Oh. Oh, that might be the new low. Wow. She's pregnant. Oh, my brain just glazed over that fact too. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. How old is she? She looks older. Does she look older than me? Do I look younger than her? Because I am done having babies. No more pregnancy for me, baby. I just can't even imagine. My God. That's nuts. She looks older? I know. Like, oh, red flags everywhere. Oh, what is the mom gonna say? I know. I have to hit play, Donna. What are we gonna know? What are we gonna see? Juicy. Also, let's just roll this back, watch her say it again. R. Cross, did you say that you're 54? She looks older than you. It's very important. I need my phone. Listen to this again.
That there has been unlawful harassment committed against you, Karen McCombs, by Colleen McCombs, and that gives the court the authority under the law to issue this order. So Colleen McCombs, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Or I have a comment, actually. I wasn't sure. My friends do go over to her house and help her out and everything, and I haven't told anybody yet, but except for one friend that does still go over there, that I just recently found out I was pregnant, and I thought that she might want to know that.
All right. And so you can't, with this order, Colleen McCombs, you can't direct someone to go to your mom's either. You can't indirectly through others contact your mom or.
That's why this order should not be in effect, really.
So,
Mikey, I hope you're talking about her teeth and not my teeth. You got your sweet tea from where? Cookout. I've never heard of that before. Maybe I'll look it up later. This is sad. Isn't this sad? Also, Homer, I mean, cellulite yoga pants. The TPO pregnancy announcement, pregnancy reveal needs to be the title. Yeah, it really should be. Somebody should make a video of this one. Somebody who doesn't get kicked off of YouTube when they make videos. Oh God, and who's the daddy? Isn't that the question? Who's the daddy?
Completely unfair.
Well, it's
I'll leave her
gonna
alone.
mirror what I issued before, and we'll talk about the provisions, so it's not confusing, and you'll have a copy of this available to you in the court file. Your Zoom instructions give you that information, and I think we lost Colleen McCombs. She left of her own accord. So Karen McCombs, I'm signing off on this order that Colleen not contact you in any way, shape, or form, not through friends, not through family, not through social media, not in person, that she not come to your, let me get to this, where is that? Not come to your home, that she stay away from, let's see, stay away from you, from your residence. And I'm just looking at and your vehicle, as you've asked. She not engage in any stalking behavior of you. Since she was here and knows of this order, there isn't any reason why you have to re-serve notice. She chose to leave the meeting of her own accord here after apparently getting frustrated, which I understand that, but you don't have to serve further notice of this as she was here. This will, as I say, this will be in effect for a year until November 20th of 2024. So in August, if you think you want this order to go longer, then August 20th is the first day you can ask the court to do that. You'd apply to the court with a petition and say, I want the order to go longer. And then we would see that you would see that your daughter has notice, and we would have further hearing for her to be heard on that issue as well before that discussion. So you don't want to wait until November 20th, because then the order would expire and you would have no order and we'd have to start all over again. But within 90 days of its expiration, you can ask the court to consider that. All right.
I'm hoping I
Okay.
don't ever do this again.
I agree. I hope not too. The reality is, though, as I talked to you before, you're the one who has to enforce this order. You're the one who has to decide your contact with your daughter, and you aren't in any legal jeopardy if you invite her over, but then you're undermining yourself in this order, and it makes it very difficult. So you decide. You are we sending her a copy by email? We will send you a copy of this order by email. And then that's it for today. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, good luck to you. And
Thank
look
you
in your
very much.
email for a copy. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So
Have a
long.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Thank
Finish up this order and everything else. And so we touched on everything. There's something more.
Judge, we touched on a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Good night, Nancy. In fact, we have come to the end of our evening. I've exhausted the court that I gathered. I have other things I would like to do. I hope that everybody had a wonderful evening. I did too. Remember that I am taking a small time off in the beginning of December for birthday week. So you won't be surprised, but we are having our New Year's extravaganza, which you can find more out about on Discord. Please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. It is so helpful, so beyond helpful. And comment on the videos. That's how you prove it to me. I mean, it's one thing to do it, but you want to prove it? You're going to have to comment on the videos too. Anyways, please remember that I love you, I'm proud of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Also, what would you do if somebody showed up with a stolen hot tub at your house? I don't know. I mean, legally, I would say no, obviously, but like, not legally. I would be like, fill that bitch up. Bye. Love you guys.